First thing I want to talk about was that gap over the summer between the season one and season two. Like I said, I don't think we expected it to be that long, but it was. But who cares? Because we're still back with season two. So, Dallas, if you want to talk about where you're at and what you're doing now.
Yeah, so we actually moved back home, back to Madison. I'm teaching at the high school. Really, the big reason for the gap for me, because we have summers off, was we're redoing a house. So we're fully remodeling our house. We bought a house here in town, so that took a lot of the summer up between that and like summer weights, and we had some other football stuff going on in the summertime.
Which, how awesome is it to like you're from Madison, so you moved back, but how awesome is it to one buy a house, right? With the family as a true start of your family when you have your daughter now, and then two, really remodel it so you have the frame, but it's a blank canvas that you get to paint whatever you want on it. How cool is that to
Yeah,
pick and see
no,
see that
it's
come
it's
to
pretty
life?
cool. It's pretty cool. I actually got a kid in class, one of my classes. I guess he's on the historical society here in town, and like he's telling me all this stuff about my house. Actually, today in class, he's like telling me all this stuff about my house that I don't even know anything about. He's like, "Well, it was really built in the 20s." I was like, "Well, the title says like 1948, so I think it was in the 50s." But he's like, "No, it was remodeled in the 50s." So this dude knows more about my house than I do. But actually, it's cool. The thing I enjoy most about it is getting back in the community and being able to see a lot of familiar faces. And everybody's been very welcoming too. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, that's awesome. And okay, Dreamus, another coach on staff, he had his son about the time you had your daughter.
Same day.
That's which is crazy. Is she talking yet? What can she say?
Uh, yeah, she says like mama, dada.
Nice.
She says Chuck, which that would be her uncle. She says
Chuck.
Yaya. Yaya, that's what she calls grandma. And then we're pretty sure she's saying shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Classic. Just like her dad. Come on. Just like Colin, baby. Um, so your middle
Scootchie, how about
school.
you tell us what you've been up to? Say
Um,
what?
I was just gonna talk. I was just gonna say talk about your season opener last night.
Ooh. Yeah, so Jay High had a game last night. We played Hartford.
Was it at Hartford?
A little LCL action. We
At
did. We
Hartford.
went to Hartford. Yeah.
Nice. How far is that?
Um, it's about 30 minutes maybe. We got to take back roads, and we're on a bus, so
Yeah.
it's probably like it's 10 to 15 minutes from like where my parents live, but it's probably 20 to 25 in a car and probably half hour in a bus from here.
Okay.
But played tough. We played good. We played more physical than I thought we would. We did. We ended up losing. I will say though, Hartford's got some kids that they're pretty good size for junior high kids.
Which really, I remember when I was in middle school, we would play like Washburn Rule, and they had some huge dudes. But then
Well,
throughout high school, they
junior
didn't.
high, especially like 8-man junior high, you got one kid that can run the ball and like he's a man, and the rest of them are little boys. And I mean, I'm not saying that we got a bunch of little boys, but like the kid they had is pretty good. He tore us up last year. I was watching the film. He tore us up last year. It's the same kid, so
Yeah, if you've got one cat that could really do it. My cousin opened up here at El Dorado High School. They or middle school. They went and they played McPherson.
oof.
Kind of got their
Good
tails
call.
tails whipped over there, so that was not good. Um, at Emporia, we would play McPherson basketball. I don't think we ever played McPherson football.
Bigger, you guys are bigger division than they are.
Yeah, we are. We are.
So, what
Um,
about you guys? Opened up last week at Garden City, right?
yep. So that was weird. We were like one of three of the first college football games in the country, and they were all
Right.
junior college games. So Thursday, 24th, we went out and we stayed in the Dodge House. You ever been to the Dodge House?
I haven't.
You haven't? Once you
I've only
walk
been to
in,
Dodge like 3 times, and it was just driving. Well, 4 times. We
it's
played there in 21, and then I drove through a couple times recruiting.
hmm So you get. So yes, we played Garden at Garden, but we stayed in Dodge. Okay, so we get there Wednesday the day before. The Dodge houses you walk in, it's all Western. It's like cowhides, bow
Oh yeah,
horns,
it's like that. Is it downtown?
old leather. No, it's pretty out. It's outside of town. To be honest, like there's
Okay.
nothing when you leave. There's nothing to. I don't know what direction is, but there's nothing to the right of you, if that makes sense. So no matter where
Okay.
you're going to go left. It's probably 2 minutes from Dodge City Community College campus.
Okay.
Um, so it's all Western. Like there's a big mural of like a gunfighting duel on a wall, and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Then when you get past the lobby, it's one of those ones where the hotel is like a big square. So the hotel has a lobby outside the lobby, and that lobby is where the pool is.
There's one like that in Manhattan.
Yep. So and there's one. I think it was
The big
maybe
Ramada in Topeka is a lot like that too.
what?
The big Ramada in Topeka is a lot like that too.
Oh yeah. That's where we stayed Shrine Bowl.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Been on that part of Topeka.
Not a great part.
Crazy because that was like East and West stayed in the same hotel, like same floor. Like that was during COVID. That's why we were at the same campsite.
Oh
But
gosh.
after we get there, and there it was crazy. Like there's a it looks like a movie set. It was where like a hotel used to be inside. Then they have the pool. Then they have like a carpet volleyball net. So like a carpet court with a basketball goal. Like it was crazy. Um, Rooms weren't the best. I had Coach Lindsay with me, and for those of you who don't know, he's a firefighter. And we just get in. I lay down. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. He goes over to his bed. He gets up and he's like, oh, I need to iron my pants. He gets up and in between our mini fridge and in between the TV, he goes, oh yeah, oh yeah, yep, there it is. I'm taking a picture of that, and I'm like, what are you geeked up about? He's like, fire hazard, right here, good teaching point. And he
No.
flashed on, takes the pic, sends it in the coach's chat, to which our D line coach sends back a picture of his smoke alarm in his room that is a circle in the ceiling with the smoke alarm taken out. So they took the smoke alarm out of the room.
Oh geez.
So he doesn't have a smoke alarm. And so Lindsay's talking about it. He's telling the fire chief, he's reporting it, he's sending an email. He's he's hooping and hollering, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Um, Other than that, we ate at Dodge City's Calf because it's the same company that does ours. Game wise, it wasn't like we hoped. We couldn't get anything rolling on offense. I mean, we're down a couple guys, but still, that's no excuse, you know. It just couldn't get it rolling how we wanted to and how things we needed. We were still in the game. Um, Scored late, and we were down by 5. Missed on the 2-point conversion twice, really, because they called a penalty on the first one. We don't get the second one either. And then get the onside kick. And so we got 50 yards, probably like a minute 20. We drive down all the way, and it's like 4th and 8. And we just obviously, like, then you're trying to force things and stuff like that. And then they made a good stop on us, so ended up losing. But we had a shot. We had a legitimate shot, and I like where the team's at. I feel like it's a great learning point to see, and you have that feeling early so that later on down the season you don't have that feeling or that gut check feeling when you really want to be playing your best football, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. Yeah, from what I watched, you guys hung tough. You know,
yep.
it's definitely a lot of talent on both sides.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Garden did a heck of a job replacing their whole team. I'll say that.
They, yeah, they really did. And on paper, they're the most talented JUCO,
In the country.
for no doubt. But yeah. And then who do you guys got tonight, high school wise, right?
High school wise, we got Hartford again, so we've
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
and
That's how it goes.
actually, well, not all the time. Like next week, we got Waverly, and I can't remember who the high school plays. Not Waverly, but our whole high school has been at, or high school junior high has been at against Hartford all week because our volleyball girls went to Hartford on Tuesday. So we've been all about Hartford this week, I guess.
What are they? The Jags?
Jaguars, baby.
Ooh, so it's like Bulldog and the Jazz or the Jags, baby. It's a little bull jag action all week. We're just pounding it in there.
KVOE game of the week, baby.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Michael
is
Dietrich and the Bulls going to be up in the booth.
your place, right?
Our place, yeah.
Very good. You guys expected a big turnout?
I bet it's for first game of the year. There'll be a good little crowd there. I when I left school today after last bell in the assembly, there was already cars parked on the highway. So
Dude, sweet. You got stadium going to be at max capacity. You got 20 fans showing up. It's going to be legit,
come on,
baby.
come on now. It's more than 20 fans.
Just kidding. How you say you're going to be up in the box?
Yeah, I'll be up in the booth.
So, what type of headsets do you use? Do you use our old ones or
Do you remember our old ones?
Yes.
They're pretty similar.
Okay, I like those.
They're the same brand. They're just like a step down.
What are those called, like Coach Com or something?
No. Procoms. I don't remember exactly what the name of them are, but
I like those ones. For those of you back home, those are just the ones that are on your head, down, top, up, cut you off. The new ones we have, I get it and understand them. They're wired to like your home, and it's a little box where you press a button and you can talk, and then you can press a button and it mutes you. So like half the time you.
But it has the same thing. It has the same thing on it.
Yeah.
It's off. When it's down, it's talk.
Sometimes you're like talking, and they're like, "I'm asking you a question, yada yada," and you're like, "I'm answering," and then
You're muted. You're muted.
My button on, and so it's kind of little double-edged sword action there. But no, you like your chances. You guys looking good. Are you guys senior heavy this year? You young? How's that?
We got a really good sophomore and junior class, and it's kind of distributed pretty evenly.
Nice.
Sophomores up, really.
How many seniors do you have?
Freshmen are still trying to make that transition. There'll be some freshmen this year that they'll be pretty good once they get up there. What's that?
How many seniors do you have?
We got 7.
Is that a big? How many seniors played when you played?
I had a huge senior class. I think we had 13.
Yeah, you guys were good.
Yeah.
Real good.
I think we had 13. I want to say. So, but we averaged probably like 32 to 33 kids on the team when I was in school, and I think we were 24 now. So.
Yeah. I mean, just like you get those 6 more seniors. I mean, now you're back up to like 30 or that mark where it's at.
Right. And we were one of the biggest classes that went through Madison in a while. I think when we started kindergarten, I think we were 28, and then we graduated at 23. And maybe it was more like 11. I couldn't tell you exactly.
Oh, without a doubt.
But hey, I do want to say. I got a bunch of kids in class that are fired up about listening to this.
Are they?
Yeah, they're all geeked up about it. My 3rd hour banking and financing class, that's the ones who made the hats.
Was it their idea?
Yeah, like they found it. I don't know how they found it, whether it was on my likes on Twitter or whatnot. But they're like, dude, what is this? And then they like took off with it.
So it's good. You're saying Box Truck Talk, BTT is going to explode.
Yeah, it's growing.
Squared. Sure. With that, shout out Papa Scooch is ladling.
Oh yeah.
First ever investor, really. Thank you.
Wagner Woodworks.
Woodwork shopping. He does it all for all of your wood needs. Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, really, folks, that's just super busy. But we were talking. We actually filmed a behind-the-scenes episode. It's kind of like an SNL skit that kind of gets cut out. We had one earlier where I actually went to his classroom and filmed one, and that was fun. His classroom's huge. He said when it was his senior year, that used to be the library, right?
Like when they built the building all the way up until like 2 or 3 years ago, the classroom that I'm in was the library.
That's awesome. But I'm like, really, we were talking, we're like, I think that he named that episode he's like, it'll be like the start of season 2. But we wanted to make sure we wanted the logistics of doing it out remotely and seeing how that was going to work and how that's gonna fit. And I think we found a pretty good place, pretty good platform to do it on. But geeked to be back in it. I'm excited. I mean, it's
and we're doing, obviously this is kind of a condensed episode. We're gonna find more time within our schedules because used to be we could pretty much nail down when we were gonna do it because we had the same schedule. Well, now we're trying to figure out two different schedules, but we're gonna we're gonna stay up with this and keep it going. More really for our enjoyment. I think I like getting on here. It's kind of a little bit of a de-stressor.
Oh yeah, it's fun. We're just talking, shooting it up, doing whatever. So, I mean, it's a good time. I mean, I love it. I know Dad loves it, and more importantly, I know for a lot of those people, or even if it's just a select few, I know they love it too. So,
Yeah,
um, it's good stuff. I mean, obviously, I'm excited. I'm geeked for it to be back, and I'm glad, like you said, be flexible and fluid with the scheduling. But for the most part, I think we're gonna mostly be able to be shooting them out and putting them out there, or once a week, or once every other week, or whatnot. We are, but I'm excited to
yeah.
be back, man.
Really the thing it depends on is whether you guys are on the road or we're on the road.
Yep.
Because sometimes you guys you leave on Friday. If we're on the road, obviously I won't be here at this time to record on Fridays and whatnot. But we're gonna do our best to get it out there. Do want to give you a little preview for next week's, and I haven't even told Scootchie about this. I'd like to kind of talk about where last year's recruiting class has gone and how their season's starting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the like MIAA started last night.
Hmm.
I know like USC's already played a game, and
Oh
then
yeah.
obviously college football opens up this weekend, tomorrow. So we'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Oh, without a doubt. But it was good getting on
So
here, Dally. Seeing you,
Ed,
whether remotely or in person. That luscious
heck
beard
yeah.
you got there.
Hey, I need to trim it up, but it is what it is.
It looks good. It looks good.
So, good luck tomorrow, dude.
Appreciate it. Good luck
Hey,
tonight.
what time you guys play? 7?
7.
Sweet.
7 at
Under
home
the
against
lights.
Highland.
Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna be down to a game at some point this year.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Good luck against the Jags tonight.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Hopefully,
We'll.
high school can get a clean sweep.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll get it going, and then we'll do a little recap next week.
Without a doubt.
All
Without a
right,
doubt.
brother.
Yep.
Appreciate all of you. Like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever you guys do. You know what it is.
Absolutely.
All right, Scoochie.
We'll see you.
Later.